for tuning in, everyone. My name's Konrad. I'm your host here on Wednesday Night Reviews. And from superheroes to average Joes, here's what I read this week. So this week, I was getting myself caught up on Daredevil. So the story this week, or this for these last set of issues, is called No Devils, Only Gods. It spans 4 issues. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, which is probably my favorite cover, actually. It's an awesome shot for Daredevil. And then the trade that you'll be able to buy in December, December 19th, for Volume 2, will likely also have 10, which is a singular standalone shot. And honestly, guys, if you're not reading Zdarsky's Daredevil, fix that. It's honestly fantastic. So Chip Zdarsky, for those of you who don't know, I came into him through Sex Crims or Sex Criminals, which is actually a returning series for those of you who didn't know. He is a fabulous writer. He has created fantastic stories for some of your most beloved characters, created original characters that'll just break your heart. And he's doing a fabulous job with Daredevil and exploring stuff that, to my knowledge, has not really been touched on before, and it's making the character, for me, very interesting. So this arc, which will be Volume 2, again coming out December, has Murdock dealing with the fact that he probably killed somebody. And not probably, he's convinced that he did. And it seems like a lot of other people agree with him. So he's retired the mask after a chat with Spider-Man, and he basically is trying to live life like you or me, as an average Joe. He's still doing his lawyer thing. However, now he is intentionally defending who he believes to be wrongly charged criminals. And of course, with Matt Murdock's specific talents about being able to detect lying, he's really good at it too. And he can level with his clients and help them come to terms with maybe the changes in their lives that they have to go through in order to stay out of jail and, of course, avoid real prison time. What I like most about this story is, as much as Murdock might try, he is geared towards justice. He believes strongly in justice and in God. And, of course, he questions his loyalty to God, and he questions his own religion quite frequently, which is, it's nice. And there's a beautiful interaction with Reed Richards that just, like, boggles my mind, and I love it. And it was awesome to see a religious person coming to a scientist who's literally met gods. So you can see like a weird interplay, and the conversations they begin to have are quite interesting. So there's just fun stuff like that throughout these issues. But beyond even that is Matt Murdock kind of develops a crush. So he is going to get Foggy a gift, a beautiful first edition. He finds it at this old bookstore, and he kind of has a nice interaction, I'll say, with the bookstore owner. And he kind of keeps going back, and they have these nice little conversations, and she's keeping it pretty customer service based, I'll say. Pretty much, smiling and being nice for a customer. She's not really flirting, but slowly it builds up, and they kind of get intimate. But then we find rather quickly that she's not who she seems to be. It's not like she was hiding it. It's just, it never came up. And seeing how Matt deals with, I wouldn't call it deception, but the extremely uncomfortable position he's put in as both lawyer and crime fighter, vigilante, with this family he deals with. It's fascinating. And the interpersonal relationships that happen from Matt's perspective, as well as these other characters, you learn a lot about how Matt deals with human interaction. And there's a beautiful quote. He even says he has no idea what to do with his time anymore because he's got so much of it. Because he's not constantly prowling the streets, out at night, sleeping a little bit, waking up, going to do his job, preparing, going out again. He has time. He gets off his shift, and he just has time to think, to process his guilt, his emotions, his feelings towards these new people. And by the end of this arc, you see Matt make choices, specifically in this issue, that I honestly wouldn't think him quite capable of. Especially, it's because of his disregard. And I think that is the way that Zdarsky has pushed him to really not just question his beliefs from like a studied, God-fearing perspective, but from a practiced life perspective. What are we capable of when we're just pushed the right way, and things like that? And not that he's doing anything criminal or wrong. It's just morally he's beginning to skew. And in a character like Daredevil, where he is a vigilante, that's illegal. He's following God's law, not man's law. What happens when stress and guilt get to him and he needs a little release and he can't find it in something that the law or God would abide by? So it was a very fun exploration of the character on Zdarsky's part. The art in this series, again, is fabulous. I want to be very upfront. The covers that you see, which are, yes, stunning and beautiful, and I love them, are not those within the book. So the book's style is different. It's very beautiful still. But I do find, for me personally, I don't like when they're different. However, they are still definitely a good book. It is pretty and detailed, as well as very fluid. So when you have a giant guy, like in this scene where Fisk is fighting a crowd of people, you can feel his size and how they draw the edges of his body and his elbows and his shoulders and his big fat head. And you can feel that size. And at the same time, when they draw someone small and wispy like Daredevil, or I should just say Matt Murdock now, he feels flexible and mobile. So it speaks to the artist's ability to really convey within a fairly short burst of time just how interesting and dynamic the art can be in a comic. And I highly appreciate that. So I think Zdarsky, again, writer, fantastic. The artist on this one, Sharma, is doing a beautiful job. And of course, the cover artist, well, I wouldn't mind buying some of his pieces. So guys, this has been a quick review of Daredevil Volume 2, which collects all of these issues, is going to be out on December 19th. So absolutely, guys, you can go online to Comixology or right through Marvel, and you'll be able to get either the issues or when it comes out, the trade. After that, do check out your local comic book shops. They might actually have just these issues. They'll also definitely be able to order you Volume 2 when it comes out soon. And likely, they might even stock Volume 1. Happen to have the cover right here for you. So that's Volume 1. It's 5 issues. Volume 2 has, again, 5 issues, numbers 6 through 10. And it has that cover. So yeah, your local comic shops will be getting it soon. If they don't have it, just ask them to order it. Probably take them 2 weeks to get it. Beyond that, you can check out things like Chapters, Barnes & Noble, or your other local bookstores. And you might even be able to find them at your local library. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Again, go check out Daredevil by Zdarsky. It's beautiful and awesome. And have a great rest of your day.